The question is, are you ready?
What do you guys want to talk about?
Let me talk to you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
I had us muted.
Hey, man, you good.
Throwdown Nation, we are live with episode 74 of the Throwdown with Matt. It is a Wednesday. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter /X, Facebook, and Twitch. And tonight we are throwing down with Atlanta-based pro wrestler DJ Bruner, Mr. Grassfed himself. How you doing tonight, DJ?
I'm doing good, Matt. I'm doing real good. You know, besides the snow and the cold, you know, I kind of got a stuffy nose going on. So excuse me if you can't, you know, if I sound a little weird.
Oh, absolutely, man. And you know, for those of you that are watching this live, if you have any questions or comments, just throw them in the chat and we'll either handle them as we go or do a little Q&A session at the end. But we'll go ahead and get started, DJ, with the first and most obvious question, and that is, how long have you been wrestling?
About 2.5 years, going on 3 now. I think I started in around like June, maybe July of 2022. At the WWA 4 under AR Fox. So yeah, it's been a journey. It has been a journey. You know.
Yes, sir. And like we were talking about, you know, before we went live, man, Fox has got a big match tonight with Swerve.
I know, man.
That's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, they're about to go at it, man. 2 dogs, you know, that started in the game, you know, a long time ago. You know, I picked up a lot from Swerve. You know, I watch him a lot, but you know, with Fox being my coach, you know, he obviously taught me a lot. You know, so you know, I can't wait to watch it. You know, I just know it's gonna be a banger. You know, I know it's gonna be a banger
for sure. And yeah, man, I've been it's kind of funny. I just recently I've gone down the Lucha Underground rabbit hole, and you know, and seeing Swerve in there as Killshot was pretty cool.
Right. So, you know, it's, you know, one thing about wrestling that I kind of find interesting is that when you see a person that's new to you, you know, they have their own journey, and just like Swerve Scott, how he, you know, is now in AEW, but he was in WWE, but how you go went all the way back to Killshot.
Yeah.
I kind of think of myself like that. Where am I going to be in the future? Am I still going to be DJ Bruner? Am I still going to be grass fed? Am I still going to be a brawler? Like, these are the things that I kind of think about like when I'm kind of taking a look at myself. So, you know, it's just crazy.
It really is. And for as big as the wrestling industry is, it's still it's still a small world, and
Yeah.
I feel like everybody in the business kind of knows everybody else in the business through like about 3 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and it's a for as big as it is, it's a tight little community.
Oh yeah, I agree. When I first started, I met a couple of, mainstream people very quickly.
Hmm.
And just through the four, just training at the four,
Right.
just everybody know somebody who knows somebody, everybody's connected, you know.
Yep.
And it's just crazy. It's just really crazy. You're most definitely right.
Absolutely. So, in terms of the early stages of your training, what was the most challenging part for you? What was the hardest thing to wrap your mind and your body around?
Um, so when I first started training, um, I think the hardest thing I came in with athleticism. I'm a natural athlete.
Hmm.
Um, but I think the hardest thing for me to wrap around was just getting down, the steps, the spots, just kind of grasping down the not the basics, but putting everything together. You know,
Yeah.
that was challenging for me, and it took me a minute to get it. Like after this, you're gonna go to this, and then but as you go on, you learn how to just grasp and communicate.
Right.
So, but that's when I started, that's one of the main things that I kind of just, I know it, but just putting everything together and just being confident, knowing that, I can get through it and, putting on the show.
Right. Right. Speed round. And this
That was
guy
fast.
potentially, how far back you go, you may know him by two different names.
Okay.
Um, Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think about what pops into your head when I say Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen?
Um, Bipolar. That's what pops into my head. He's,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Kevin Owens and I learned a lot from him.
Hmm.
But when I say bipolar, I don't really mean like something, he doesn't take any, I don't know if I can cuss on, can I say shit? I don't
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
know. But he doesn't take any shit from anybody. So,
No.
um, yeah, he's bipolar. Like he's ready to eat, man. Anybody who comes up in his face, like you're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, a hothead is
Yeah.
another term that I use for it. You know,
Yep.
that's the first thing that pops into my mind when I think of Kevin Owens.
Got you. Got you. So I'm presuming that you've been a fan of this stuff probably the majority of your life. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes, yes.
Uh, what 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 would you say is your earliest wrestling related memory?
Growing up, just watching it with my big brothers.
Hmm.
Um, I have two big brothers, and that's kind of the thing that got me into it. You know, my favorite wrestler is The Rock, and my
Hmm.
big brother favorite wrestler is The Rock. Um, my other big brother favorite wrestler is Stone Cold. But if I like up to date, my favorite wrestler now is Roman. You know what I'm saying? He's
Hmm.
the big dog or whatever, and I've watched him since he started. So just kind of like being with my brothers and watching it, they're the one who kind of got me into it. You know, and just I just been on it ever since. Now some I think in fifth grade maybe I kind of lacked off a little bit, but I always come back. That's the thing
Yeah.
that I like about professional wrestling. If you leave, I mean, not even leave, but if you come back and start to watch, like it's something for everybody. Like it's
Yep.
interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and I mean, I was making the comment last night. There are so many different companies. Between the major companies and the indies, that there is a flavor of wrestling out there for anybody. I mean,
Most definitely.
so was there a particular point in life that you can remember when you sort of turned the corner between watching it and thinking, hey, I think I could do this?
Um, sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth grade. Um, I was like, man, I really think I can be a wrestler. So in the eighth grade, I joined the wrestling team at Lithonia High
Mm-hmm.
School, and I learned how to do like folk style, a little bit of Greco, a little bit of freestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't until I think COVID ended when I was really like, I really think I could do this. Because when COVID ended, I was like 200 pounds, and I was in the gym and I was just trying to lose weight, and I really needed something to just like I needed to be around like other people who were interested in the same thing that I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So just going to the floor, right, and just being around those guys and ladies, and just being around people who are in this, who are interested in the same thing you're in, you know, and then when you get there, everybody's like, man, you can get in the ring, man, go. And once I got in the ring, I was just like, oh yeah, like where do I sign up? Like I knew I think I was maybe 20, 22, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm 20s, now I was around maybe, yeah, 22. I'm 26 now. So, um, yeah, that's when I knew, man. Right when I started running the ropes and everything, I knew like I could do this, and just to see myself evolve. I'm not where I want to be just yet, but I'm super proud of myself on, what I'm saying, just how far I've gone, super proud.
Absolutely. and
It's,
and
it's,
and
it's outrageous.
just having the courage to put yourself out there and chase your dream is a lot to be proud of in and of itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That too. And that's a big one because especially for me, I don't know if like any other people out there, like when you're chasing your dreams and you have setbacks after setbacks, or what I'm saying, you might get some constructive criticism.
Hmm.
I've gotten plenty, and you just feel like you see other guys who started with you and they're ahead of you, but everybody, you just like everybody's on their own journey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one thing that I
Right.
have to like remind myself is to keep, what I'm saying, just keep going. I'm on my own
Yep.
journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I got it 100%, and I'm going to
Absolutely.
get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get there.
Hmm. So, away from wrestling, DJ, what are some of your other hobbies and interests?
Uh, I like to listen to music. I love to just, sit down somewhere, maybe in a grass field or something, and just play some music, you know, eat some food. I think that's a vibe. My favorite artist is The Weeknd,
Hmm.
Abel Tesfaye. So he's somebody that I immediately listen to. I gotta put some Weekend on XO all day, anytime. So that's one of my hobbies is like listening to music, eating. I like to go out and bar hop
Hmm.
is one thing. You know what I'm saying? I get too lit sometimes, but those are like my hobbies. I just like to have fun and relax. I'm a real chill guy. I'm just a chill dude.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Speed round. Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana. Is that a he's a music he does music, right? Or is that a
No,
who?
no, no, no. Colt Cabana is a wrestler.
No, I don't yeah, I don't know. I never seen him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he back in the day, he was one of CM Punk's buddies.
Okay. I know if I probably was to see a video, I'd probably be like, oh, okay. I'm slow sometimes, but you know.
Well, we'll go on to a different name then. Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh man, he's one of he's so okay. Let me stick to the game. So Speedball McBailey, Karate Kid, first thing that comes
Yeah,
to my mind.
yeah,
But he's also somebody who, like in the future, I would want to face. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
He's somebody who I want to stand across the ring with, you know, and put on the match. You know, and learn from him.
yeah. He is extremely talented. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and just a lot of fun to watch. And I've had some other guests on here that have done seminars with Mike Bailey and say that he is just an amazing teacher.
Oh
So.
yeah. I've seen him in person maybe twice.
hmm
Dapped him up, you know, but conversation was short. But he's somebody who, if I had the opportunity to, really just sit down and pluck his brain and just ask him questions, he's one of like my top 10 who I would just want to like, hey, ask questions and, just see what he thinks about this and that and the third, you know.
hmm So you mentioned earlier going to Lithonia High School. Are you originally from Lithonia, or where are you from originally? What's your hometown?
So I'm at DeKalb, yeah. My hometown is Lithonia. That's where I grew up. But I was born at Grady Memorial Hospital,
Oh,
and
okay,
and yeah, that's what I claim, Lithonia. I tell people, take it easy on the DeKalbs out there because we mean no harm to people out there in Lithonia. We really just stay to ourselves.
gotcha. Well, what is your favorite thing about Lithonia?
Um, I would just say the people who I grew up around, my neighbors, everybody's just so friendly out there. So that's my favorite thing, the people.
Gotcha. So, they say that the best wrestling persona is essentially yourself turned up to 11. So, tell me about in ring DJ and kind of compare and contrast him with everyday you.
Um, so in, so DJ in the ring, really, he's he's an expression of freedom. He he's his own person. You can't tell him where to go, what to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you do tell him where to go, what to do, it's because he let you. Bruner, um, is more so a professional guy. Um, really laid back, really quiet. Um, that's that's really who I am as a person. I don't really like to say much, especially when I'm around a group of people who I don't really know. But being a professional wrestler and just being out on the scene, um, it's like I immediately have to turn on, DJ because Bruner is not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, at first I wasn't as comfortable going up to the promoter and introducing myself and like, hey, I'm DJ Bruner and I wrestle at the four. If I can do anything. But then when I seen guys get put on, I'm like, I have to come out of my comfort zone a little bit
Yep.
and show more personality, which has helped me in the ring too. Just showing, persona. But outside of the ring, like I said, I'm really just a quiet guy. But ever since I started wrestling, it's slowly changing. Like I'm around people, I'm talking more, I'm making more friends. So, I'm getting a more sense of, growth in my personal life. And, it's because of professional wrestling. I would say, well, I'm becoming more comfortable and just going out and showing face, and talking to people.
Gotcha. Well, last night I had Dante Darko on, and he was the one that actually clued me in that your shoot job is as an EMT, and he was telling me about one day, I guess he had cut himself, and you went and got some professional strength cleanser from your car and gave him a stick to bite on.
Yeah, that's me, man. That's me. I'm just in general, like I'm a caregiver. I'm a healer.
Yeah.
So that's what the grass fed, the evergreen for evergreen, you know what I'm saying? It's just helping people, you know what I'm saying? Being there,
Oh yeah.
Things like that. So yeah, I am an EMT. I've been doing it for like maybe 3 years going on 4. And I can say, man, you see something new every day.
Oh,
You see something new every day.
absolutely. I mean, um, and you see people at their very best and their very worst.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's but yeah, no 2 days are alike, man.
yeah.
Having done the job, I know how it is, man,
It's
and
crazy. It's crazy.
it
But
really
one
is.
thing that I like most about my job is that it's the experience that I'm able to get. You know, I'm able to get this experience, and on my own time, if someone needs help, I'm able to be there. There's countless times, I can tell you somebody has gotten injured or hurt, and I was able to help them. And,
Right.
I
And
think that's like really cool.
having those skills in the wrestling environment is very helpful too. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
because people are always getting banged up doing that type of thing. So
Yeah, yeah. You know what they say? I don't know if you ever heard this saying. It's like a medic will always have a job because people do dumb stuff. That's a
yep,
wrestler. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
and you know, I used to remember, getting woken up at 3 in the morning because somebody did something stupid, and really after midnight, the majority of what you're going to see is because somebody did something stupid. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so yeah.
I gotta tell you, I had this one guy. He was like at nighttime, and he fell 12 feet down off the ladder. He was cleaning the gutters, and it was like
Hmm.
9, 10 o'clock. What are you doing cleaning the gutters? 9, 10 o'clock. So it's just like, yeah,
Wow.
crazy stuff. He thought he could
Yeah.
do it, you know,
You ever
but
had
found
your
out really
ambulance?
quickly.
You ever had your ambulance stolen?
No, I,
Uh,
I've
uh,
heard, I've heard of people getting their ambulance stolen, but we make sure, especially me, I make sure to lock the doors, especially in like weird areas.
well, back in the day, I was we were picking a patient up at Gwinnett Medical Center, and this was
Yeah,
back, in the probably late '90s, and we were in there getting our patient, and we come out and our truck's gone. And what it turned out, what had happened is a mental patient in the ER had basically slipped out,
yeah,
and it was a woman, and to start an ambulance, you have to know a little something about how those things operate because they've got the battery switch and everything else,
right,
so she had to know all that. But yeah, she just got in the ambulance and drove home.
right.
I
It's
mean,
it's It's always those 1013s, man. It's always those little off people who does things like that. But yeah, leave our
Absolutely.
ambulances alone. Don't think about
Exactly.
it.
No, no.
we're busy doing stuff. We got a lot to deal with as it already is. So
Yep.
leave our stuff alone.
So, so tell us about your very first match. What was it like? How did it go? What were your thoughts going into it? Your thoughts coming out of it? All that stuff. Lay it on us.
I don't really remember my very first match, but I can tell you the feeling because I still get it to this day. You know, it's a whole bunch of nervousness. It's a whole bunch of recalling stuff in your head back to back. It's a whole bunch of hold on, that doesn't go there. We did this here. Oh no, I gotta go back to the other guy. What do we? Yeah, it's a whole bunch of just being anxious. But then once the music hits, and then I go out there, it's gone. Like me being shy, it's like DJ is just takes over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first Royal Rumble match that I was in,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, all the promoters telling us is, you know, you're this number, you're that number, this guy's going to eliminate you. You know what I'm saying? He's just throwing stuff out,
Right.
and maybe 5-10 minutes, you know, we're next, and I realized nobody ain't called nothing. Nobody hasn't. So I'm going around. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of stressing out about it. So, you know, everybody has that, you know, vet that they go to in every,
Right.
especially in every rumble. I feel like everybody has like a go-to person.
Yeah.
So, you know, he gets all of us together, and he's like, yeah, we're just gonna go in there, you know, do what it do, basically. This is my first rumble. I'm like, what do you mean? Do what it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to calling things.
You're like, do what it do.
What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So now it's just a bigger thing. So guys come up to me, they're like, yeah, don't stress out. You know, with things like this, you really just need to, you know, throw a couple of elbows, kicks. You know, if you got a spot, then you can call it. So it kind of like eased my nerve a little bit. So I'm thinking that we're going to go out there one by one. You know, we're all going to go out there individually. No. They're like, up next, Royal Rumble, you know, Battle Royal. Everybody's coming out. And I'm like, maybe like the third, because I'm like, what? What are you?
Yeah.
So we're all going out. What are you talking about? Okay, so we're all, and it's like 15 of us in this small little ring, you know, and I'm like, okay. So Bill, ding, 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 guys started throwing blows. And this is real to me because now I don't know who's coming at me. I don't know. So I immediately go into defense mode. I'm for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even playing. I'm like, all right, because I don't know what's going on. So I go into a corner where I'm safe. And I'm like ducking down. I'm like, you know, don't come over here because you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, really. So I see this guy by the name of, I don't know if you know him, Jimmy Dynamite. I see him and he's doing the same thing that I'm doing. He's in the other corner and he doesn't see me, but I see him. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
you know, if this is the only thing that I'm gonna get in, then I better make it sweet. You know what I'm saying? I better make it good. So I see him, we're parallel corners. I'm in this corner, he's in that corner, and he's on one knee, you know, no diddy. And as I'm looking at him, I just run over to him and I just super kicked him right in the face. And he goes, oh, he goes, oh. And then I backed off a little bit because I said, dang, I did it too hard. And I said, dang, I kind of bent down. I said, you're good. Yeah, man, just tell me. I'm like, yeah, I would have, like in my mind, I'm like, I would have told you if we would have called something, you know. But that was like one of my first, you know, this happened like early on, you
Right.
know, early on, before I even like joined the Fade area. So I was like
Gotcha.
really new. So it was just crazy. That was a crazy experience, you know.
Gotcha. Well, having heard about the first match, now tell us about your favorite match that you've been a part of.
Um, Favorite match. My favorite match has to be with AR Fox in the Skulk. You know, they really put us on that Brawl at the Hall too. Um, Shout out Chainmail too for putting us on. But yeah, that has to be my one of my favorite matches. I do want to shout out Travis DK and the Golden Class. We recently um Travis and I, as we continue our, you know, in my opinion, continue our tag team journey. It's like for me, you know, you learn a little bit about your partner, and in a way, your partner learn how you work as well, and you guys are able to come together as one, you know, one machine, and kind of make things flow accordingly how they're supposed to. And in this particular match, with the Golden Class, I think it was maybe 2 Thursdays ago.
Hmm.
I feel like we really put on, you know what I'm saying, a good performance. We were able to go in there, you know, listen to each other, and be a tag team. And, you know, like I said, shout out the Golden Class, but you know, we were able to retain our WWA 4 tag team championships just because, you know, we have that same, you know, coordination, and we're able to just sit down and listen. So I think that's something that I enjoy, like the tag team competition, you know, with Travis, and you know, just doing things like that. So that's besides the Brawl in the Hall, I feel like that was one of my favorite matches as well, because I felt like we really meshed well there. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Um, we've had some moments where we didn't really mesh well, and but that is because that's what I'm saying. But that was like one of the moments where I was just like, I want to continue doing this. You know what I'm saying? I like this.
Hmm. So I know that there are two major ways of getting ready for a match. You can either work it out with your opponent in the back, or you can call it in the ring, or you can kind of do a little bit of both. What's your preference?
Um, a little bit of both. Um, I know what you mean. I like to have a little bit of free space in the beginning of the match. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't call it free space, but say for instance, if I do a shine, I wouldn't want to, me just be personally, I wouldn't want to get cut off right after I did my shine. I would
Right.
want to have a little bit of control, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, get cut off. You know, I would like to have a little bit of free space where I'm like, okay, I'm finna hit this, or you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just something small I can call inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do it, maybe I might not. But I think a little bit of both I like to have. But majority, like the back end of like the matches I do, I always just try to stick to what's called.
Gotcha. Speed round. Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. Um, Loudmouth.
Yeah.
He's from
uh,
Boston, right? He's from,
New
is
York.
it New York? Yeah.
Typical
I
New Yorker.
yeah, I can't. Yeah. Anybody from, I don't have a problem with New York at all. You know,
No.
I recent because I say this because I recently just I went to New York for the first time, and they're aggressive. I'm not
Oh yeah,
I'm not aggressive. Like I speak, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I'm very polite. They're like, hey, yo, son, who are you
yeah.
talking to? Like, you're offending me. Back up, bro. But when I think of Eddie Kingston, loudmouth, and yeah, anybody from New York, loudmouth, right off the bat.
Oh yeah, but
Where are you
you know,
from? Where are
yeah,
you from?
me.
Like, yeah,
Um,
where did you say you from?
um, well, I'm originally from Texas.
Okay,
Lived there for about 7 years. Moved to Florida. Lived there for about 7 years, and then
okay,
moved here when I was about 13, which was back in 1983.
okay.
So
Right.
if I'm from anywhere, I'm from Atlanta. I mean, I've
All
lived
right.
here by far the longest.
Oh yeah, man. ATL, A Town
Yeah,
Down. Shout out to Austin Theory.
yeah. But yeah, it's funny. One of my longest running partners when I was working the ambulance was a New Yorker, and that guy got us in more trouble
Oh
because
yeah,
I,
loudmouth, man.
because he had no filter. He didn't know when to shut up.
Exactly. Like I agree. I've worked with some paramedics who are from, up north. And when I tell you
Yeah,
when they're right, when they feel like when people from New York or anywhere from that area, when they're right, they're right. You know what I'm saying? There's no
yeah,
convincing them. There's no art. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
You just let them have it. Back off
yep,
because you're gonna get hurt.
yep. So, DJ, if you could only be one, would you rather be great in the ring or great on the mic?
I would rather be great in the ring. I feel like that's where the storytelling kind of and everything else is just like a addition, you know,
Hmm.
an acts to what's going on. So I would rather be great in the ring, most definitely.
Gotcha. What has been your most unusual encounter with a fan?
uh, the most I've been like it's cool, but I've been groped before, just out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like just come up to me, hey, and it's like, whoa, nobody's saying this, nobody, okay, and then she did it again. I was wow, and it's kids around. And
Oh
nobody
wow.
believed me. And the thing about it, when this happened, I was looking at Jay Tyler for help.
Hmm.
And he looked at me and he goes,
You're on your own.
he didn't know what was going, because I confronted,
Oh,
he made me mad. You're my boy. I'm like, come on, like, help me. I'm looking at
yeah.
you. I'm in distress. You know what I'm saying? He goes, I'm like, what are we doing here? We're supposed to be fade air, all the way. And I'm over here getting, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
groped on. And I'm looking for you, like, bro, or do you see this? And he's just like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But that was just like, yeah, that was like the strangest thing. That was the craziest thing, what I'm saying, that ever happened to me by a fan. Yeah, I'm over it now.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but that happens a lot, apparently.
I used to get groped by old ladies in nursing homes in my EMS days.
Yeah, and yeah, it still happens to me. Like they come in and they, see me, I'm really handsome, they, oh, you're here, I cannot tell you how many times it's just like, are you sick? Because now you feel like now you look fine now. What's going on with you? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something.
Oh
These
yeah.
old ladies, because the woman who came up to
Mhm.
me was an old lady. Shit. It's never the young ones. Like I'm like, please, the young, like it's
Well,
always the ones that I'm not interested in that comes up to me.
the the old I think old ladies feel like they can get away with it too, because they're older.
That's what I
Maybe.
said. That's probably why I didn't scream
Yeah.
when she did it, because I'm like, man, this old lady probably is altered or something. She probably don't even know what she doing. But
Who knows? Yeah.
but who knows? I just handled it. I just did the best that I could in the moment.
It's all you can
So
do, man.
yeah,
So, do you
yeah.
have a preference yourself between working heel or babyface?
Um, it depends on. For me, it just depends on what I'm working, where I'm at. If I had
Mhm.
to work anything, it would be face.
Mhm.
But then again, I feel like the heel. I do like to slow down. As a face, I feel like I'm always going fast, and it's this, and then it's that, and then it's. But as a heel, I'm more able to just like show my expression, and that's what I like the most. I like to show that, what I'm saying, that that look of like I'm for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
angry. You know what I'm saying? Or um sad. I love to show expressions. So, but I would if I had to work anything, it would be a face because I like to do cool stuff. Not to say heels don't do cool stuff, but the things that I do, I feel like is like the feel that I get when I'm doing it is like I want people to go and not boo. So that's me.
Right. Gotcha. So, in terms of your in-ring work and your promos, who would you say are some of your influences?
Um, my influences, it doesn't have to be a wrestler. It can be anybody.
No, no, it can be wrestlers, it can be pop culture, it can be anything. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you know who Eddie Abu is. Eddie
The name
Abu.
the
He's
name
a
rings a bell.
yeah, he's a he used to be a bodybuilder, but now
Okay.
um he's really an influencer. Um and basically he just goes around educating people on whole foods, you know. And I feel like that's what when I when I'm saying grass fed, people are like, "What is grass fed? What is grass?" You know what I'm saying? Is it's a lot, but it all comes down to how you're seen as a person. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If you're a natural born leader, you know what I'm saying? That's what grass fed is to me. You know what I'm saying? Is treating your body right. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and tell you that I want 100%, grass fed whole food, but I'm 85% grass fed whole food. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking
Mhm.
it serious to now where I'm like, I eat 2 meals a day. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm snacking on anything, blueberries, watermelon,
Mm.
strawberries. You know what I'm saying? Antioxidants. You know what when I'm cooking my protein. I'm not putting taco seasoning and what I'm saying, this seasoning and that, what I'm saying. I'm not adding all that stuff and all those
Right.
preservatives and antibiotic. You know what I'm saying? It's single ingredients that I'm talking about. Grass fed meat, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The animals that we're eating, they're not, fed um all these
Hormones
extra
and yeah.
hormones
Yeah.
and yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm on, and that's what I want to get out there to people. You don't have to be grass fed, no, but put the Debbie's down. You know what I'm saying? Or when you go to a fast food restaurant, you don't know that meat that they're serving you has, all this stuff in it. So, treat your body right. And I've been doing it for a while, and I really want to be swole. I want to be buck. I want to be, bulk up. I want to look like Goldberg. But
Mhm.
that's a journey as well. As you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Mhm.
enjoying, I feel good. I feel great. My mood is always, you know what I'm saying, pleasant. You know, my mind is clear. You know, I'm able to think,
Yep.
you know, clear. You know, so that's what I'm trying to influence people. The grass fed and, you know what I'm saying, just treat your body right, be one with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn who you are. So that's what it all is. And then the evergreen, because I'm starting a thing called evergreen, and that's something, you know, get your money up, be forever green, be all about
Mm-hmm.
the bag. You know what I'm saying? Get your bag while you're out here worried about what somebody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Get the bag first, health first. You know what I'm saying? Everything else after. So that's what grass fed DJ, you know, DJ Brawler is all about. You know, that's the gimmick.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, do you have an all-time favorite match as a fan? A match that you can have watched it a million times and it just never gets old, and there's always some new little nugget you can pull from it.
Oh yeah. Me, I grew up in really the PG era.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love John Cena. I love The Rock. So when they went head and head, cause besides like the match, I also like the storyline with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That went with John Cena and The Rock. Cause you have my favorite wrestler, The Rock, and then you have John Cena, which is like, you know, he's like what everybody would see at that time, the face, you know, of WWE. So that was just like something for me interesting. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like the bloodline story. Like I said, Roman Reigns now is my favorite wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
always hooked onto it. You know, I love a good story. You know, it's not always about the 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 fighting, you know, in the
Right.
spots and stuff. You know, can you tell a story with two guys and more? You know what I'm saying? And make people understand it. And I felt like John Cena and The Rock, they I was always interested. You know what I'm saying? With The Rock making mocking John Cena, it's like you can't see me, and like getting the
Yeah.
kids involved. Another one of my favorite matches, if I had to say, I think Adam Cole and Matt Riddle,
Mm-hmm.
they had this match in NXT, and this is when like I started watching NXT like maybe like a month prior to them having that
Mm-hmm.
match, and I never really, you know, watched NXT before that, but um, that's when I really kind of like got that because they did like a spot where it was like, and wrestlers do it all the time, but this is like the first time I seen it and I was able to understand like but they did a spot where it was like super kick and then it was like a back and forth, you know, Matt Riddle super kick, Adam Cole super kick, then it was like a Code Red and it was like things like that.
Yeah.
It was like that,
Yeah.
like things like that is what have me out the edge of my seat when I think about the matches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff that I like to see, the reversals and the back and forth. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
man, I felt like that was the first time that I seen that in a different way. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like really awesome. And that's
Oh
like
yeah.
one thing that I can always recall. Or like when I'm about to do it in a match, I'll always be like, hey, you know what Matt Riddle did and Adam Cole did when they did that people automatic, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
can we do something like that? You know, I love that. I love doing shit like that, man. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. You know, I am a huge Adam Cole fan.
Oh yeah.
I think he is. You know, I don't think he entirely gets the credit that he deserves for being the level of worker that he is. I mean, I think he is just an amazing worker.
Right. I think one thing that I grasped from Adam Cole is that he and MJF too. And he kind of
Mm-hmm.
they can do this like a small move. They can do something really small, but get a big reaction out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, you don't have to be the best wrestler. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, as long as you can look cool and make everything flow like how it's supposed to, then I feel like you're working. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
there.
Absolutely. So you've been doing this long enough now that I'm sure this applies. So what hurts right now?
My neck, my back, my right hip, my
Or
everything hurts. I don't know.
yeah, I was gonna say, should I just ask what doesn't hurt?
My legs, which is surprisingly, but being an EMT and always lifting people, I have to,
Oh yeah.
always be cautious of my back and stuff. And I do a senton off the top, which is like a backsplash, and I it just that's why my back is always hurting, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
always like I don't. When people come to me and they ask me like, "Hey, do you mind taking this?" I'm always open to be like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, yeah, like what's just show me and I'll we can do it. So I'm always down to take like really crazy stuff. So yeah, that's why my back is hurting.
Yeah.
And yeah, my neck is fucked up too,
So
but it's fine.
so what is the most significant injury that you've suffered, either wrestling or training?
Um, so I fractured both of my wrists
Ooh.
at the same time. And I,
Oh
like,
no.
I don't know if you ever seen that SpongeBob episode. Oh my
Yeah.
god, my god. Yeah, I was wrestling Ace Diamond and I did a meteor off the apron
Hmm.
on the outside, and when I went to roll, all I know is that my fingers just went all the way back here. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even. I'm
Oh
bending it
yeah.
now, and it doesn't bend that. It's not supposed to bend that far.
No,
You know
it's
what I'm
not.
saying? So that was, and then I finished the whole match, and when I got to the back, and I took like all my tape off, immediately just inflamed, like it just swelled up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy. And then a sprained ankle too. A sprained ankle is nothing to joke with, man.
No, it's not.
Like I was out for about a month and a half dealing with that sprained ankle, and it was severe too. I had to go to the hospital for that one, for both of those. And but the sprained ankle was worse. That was worse. It was like a
Gotcha.
consistent burning. I was like, is it an STD or something else? Like I didn't. It was just a sprained ankle. I couldn't sleep or nothing. Yeah, that was the worst.
Gotcha. So, what is your take on the role that social media is playing as a promotional tool in wrestling?
Dude, like um uh it's crazy because so many people get noticed off of social media.
Hmm.
And it's like you just have to be consistent. And before I started wrestling, like I had zero pictures on my Instagram page. 'Cause I just felt like nothing was worth, like posting, you know. But once I started wrestling, I was still kind of like iffy because, like I said, back then I was like a really shy person. But people were like, man, how else do you think, you're gonna get out there and people are gonna see your stuff? So it plays a big part, you know. And I look at my page now, and I just be thinking like there was a time when nothing was on this page, but now I have all types of collaborations with people, people commenting under my pictures, people liking my post. You know what I'm saying? So it's very big to me. And then I was trying to go platinum on TikTok, and then
Hmm.
TikTok, I was trying to You know what I'm saying? Get a bag off TikTok, and then they banned TikTok for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I deleted the app, and because I needed storage on my phone. Now I can't download the app anymore. So I'm like, okay, it's all. I had some good stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? I had like 5,000 views on one post. So I'm like, is all that gone? I can't download this app back. So I'm just trying to figure it out how I can get this account back, or So 'cause I really want that back.
I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah, that's my
yeah, that's a lot of
right. Stuff.
that's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
yeah, and just sitting there like editing the stuff. You know what I'm saying? It took a long time. So when they banned TikTok, I was one of the people that was like, "Wait, Shayla," you know what I'm saying? I was crying with everybody else. I was mad. I was
Mhm.
mad for real. Like, give me my TikTok back. I need this. I'm trying to get it back on TikTok. Trying to do my big one, you know?
Mhm. So, something that we've done in all of these, and it's just been kind of fun, is we've let the current guest pose a question for the next guest. So last night, like I said, I had Dante Darko. And so the question that he posed is, where do you see yourself in 5 years in terms of wrestling?
That's great. Um, Wrestling on a bigger stage. Um, one place that I know, like, why be in professional wrestling if you don't want to go in WWE,
Hmm.
right? But
Right.
before I get to WWE, I would love to be get noticed at a promotion that I was able to say I went in and I did my thing and I made it my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whether that be MLW or TNA
TNA or
or
AEW or yeah.
DWA or Renegades promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most definitely a bigger stage. GCW.
Yeah.
That's why I see myself in 5 years. Been just before the crowd even gets there, just walking out and just looking around like, in the next 10 hours this place is going to be filled with thousands of people.
Yep.
That's where I see myself in the next. That's where I want to be. That's the feeling that I want to get.
Yep.
So that's
And
where.
you know the important thing is though, just enjoy the process.
Oh yeah, everything to me is an experience. It's a journey.
Hmm.
Like I said, that's the gimmick. It's
Yep.
to just to experience this and just walk on this path. I got this faith going on that I'm going to get what I'm going to get, and I'm just enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that I'm around, the Fade area, my brothers, my coach, and then other guys. Shout out to guys like Teriyaki, who don't mind pulling you to the side and going, "Hey, can I show you something real fast?" You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
even like the 3D Lucha Sabretooth, we
Hmm.
started together, and he'll pull me to the side. Hey, you remember that arm drag we did? Or hey, can I base you for a tilt-a-whirl right quick? I'm just gonna put you down. Nicest guys. You know I appreciate that. It's just I kind of take from them a little bit because these are nice. These are not people. I'm used to people, loud noises and stuff like that, and people arguing. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like that,
Yep.
so just to be around people who are just calm and they know how to speak to you, and they want to see you um get to where you want to be just as much as them.
Right.
They want to help you every step of the way. So
Gotcha.
it's just all around like good vibes, and what I'm saying, I love it. I love it here. I really do. So
So, since this is part of a series, do you have a question that you would like to pose to the next guest? And I can go ahead and tell you our next guest tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I've got another Georgia-based wrestler, but pretty well-traveled, the Wall Tyler Stevens.
Whoa, that's crazy. I got a story about I did a practice match with the Wall,
Mhm.
and I was really new. And this is going all the way back to the first question you asked me when you said like what was the most challenging thing so it was like A4 Thursday. We have shows every Thursday, free shows every
Mhm.
Thursday. And he came in, how you big guy, and I'm like, oh snap, really don't. I've really never spoken to the Wall. I've never really spoken to him, like that. But I just went up to him and I was like, hey, are you wrestling today? Are you doing anything? Cool guy. Nice. Nah, I'm not doing anything. Hey, do you mind, facing me on Thursday? And he's like, yeah, just ask Fox, cool. So we have the match, right?
Mhm.
After I did my shine,
Mhm.
completely forgot the whole back half of the match. So that was one of my most embarrassing moments that I've ever had. So the question that I want to ask the Wall
Mhm.
is what is one of your most embarrassing moments? I want to know like what's one of his embarrassing moments that happened to him, in the ring,
Okay.
maybe it's in the ring or just in life,
Right.
because that was most definitely one of mine.
So we're getting toward the end of things right now. So do you have any upcoming shows or anything at all that you'd like to give some hype to?
Uh, yeah, I actually spoke to um Shaymill called me earlier today, and he's like, yeah, I got this 5 gauntlet match. That I told you that you were gonna be in it, but maybe maybe just maybe you might not be in it. Maybe it's gonna be Jay Tyler in it, and that's how he talks. But I got this another battle royal. He's like, I got this battle royal that I want you to be in. You know what I'm saying? Uh, maybe we put in some good spots for you, like really big spots for you. So I'm just like, oh yeah, that I'm kind of psyched for that show, for that battle royal that I'm going to be in. DWA, I think is next month, and maybe the 22nd, February 22nd. I think I gotta double check. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's next month for sure. So I'm looking forward to that show in particular.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, like I said, tomorrow night at 7, I've got the Wall Tyler Stevens. This Sunday at 2 p.m., we've got our weekly panel discussion show that we call the Wrestling Roundtable.
Ooh,
So we're going to be basically doing kind of a post Saturday night's main event review show. Um,
okay, okay.
and then on Tuesday, the 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I've got episode 76, and I've got a wrestling manager from the West Coast, and this guy's a wrestling manager and yacht rock aficionado, the
Ooh,
Commodore Brentwood Sinclair.
okay, okay. Big ups to him. Big ups to him.
Yeah, yeah. And before we wrap things up, I've got the match card for Saturday night's main event, and I want to get your predictions.
Okay.
So let me scoot this back to match one here. Okay, so and these are in no particular order, but we've got Braun Breaker and Sheamus for the Intercontinental title. Who you got?
Um, I'm gonna say Sheamus. I'm gonna go with Sheamus there.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sheamus win just to get the Grand Slam.
Yeah, just to get that. Me too.
Yeah, I could see him winning it and then dropping it back to Breaker, fairly soon.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing. At first, I kind of felt like Braun was gonna win. Oh well, I kind of wanted Braun to win because he's just been dominant, this whole. But
Yeah,
then when you put Sheamus versus Braun Breaker, you know what I'm saying? Two dominant guys. It's just, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I want Sheamus to win most definitely just so he can get the Grand Slam. But then again, it's just like maybe Breaker might come out on top. I don't know because these are
yeah,
two big dogs, man.
yep.
But I'm gonna go with Sheamus for now. I'm gonna go with Sheamus.
Okay. So Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. I mean, to me, this is the most predictable of the matches on this card. I mean,
Right,
I don't see Rhea losing this soon after winning the belt.
right. I would love for Rhea to win. I'm a big fan of Rhea. She's
Hmm.
just been like in my top 10 female wrestlers um for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would say ever since she's Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Yeah, just me personally. Like, so I want to see her retain.
she was really good back in NXT too.
Oh yeah, she was. She was. Oh snap! And I'm super hyped
Gun,
for this, man.
yeah, Gunther and Jey Uso. Man, I'm having trouble making a
Ye-
prediction on this one.
Jay Uso all the way. I'm his corner all the way, and you know what I'm saying. I can't wait for this match in particular. Matt, because I'm a big Jay Uso fan. I even
Hmm.
do like a splash, and I got that from, what I'm saying. Everybody does like a regular splash, but you know, he's just somebody who I've always watched back when he used to come out with the face paint. So
Oh yeah.
I'm in his corner all the way. Let's go. Yeet Jay Uso all the way. Let's go. What's next? What's next? Who's next?
This one, I'm dying to see Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. I mean, uh, uh, two big, powerful dudes, man.
Right. I
This is
want to
going
see
to
how
be
they're
fun.
that is gonna be because what's gonna happen, how they're gonna clash. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna be the story in the match? Because you
Yeah,
got two monsters, but on the other hand, Jacob Fatu, he can do all the high flying stuff. So I'm gonna give that advantage to just because I'm a high flyer and I like to
yeah,
take risks. I'm gonna give the advantage. I think Jacob Fatu is gonna take home the win against Braun
I do
Strowman.
too. I do too. Um, Dante and I were talking about this match last night, and he
Hmm.
brought up the question: is Jacob going to be able to do that pop up Samoan drop on Strowman?
Why? Whoa! I wasn't even.
That would be sick.
It is gonna be sick when he does it. You know what I'm saying? Where's the parlay? I need to put a parlay down right now. I need to
I
put a
don't
bet
know,
down
man.
that he's gonna do this. Yeah, but my takeaway is Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's going to be that one is the one I'm most looking forward to, just to see what's going to happen. I mean,
Right.
but anyway, well, DJ, I want to thank you for your time. This has been a lot of fun,
It has been a lot of fun.
and
This is my first podcast
really,
ever, or yeah, that I've ever been on, and like my first live that I've ever been on. So I remember we were in the DMs and we were like, I was like telling you I was nervous. That's why I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? But
well,
I hope everything went well. You know, it went well.
Oh, dude, this was great, and you know, like I said in the DMs, this is basically just two guys nerding out about wrestling. I mean,
Just
you
nerding
know,
over about wrestling.
yeah, I mean, you know, because it's you know, just getting to talk about this stuff with like-minded people is just a
Right.
pleasure. I mean, it's just
It
so much
really
fun,
is. And it's a stress
and
reliever too for me.
yeah, yeah, and you know, so thank you for your time, and you know, for those of you that have been watching this live, thank you
Oh
for
yeah.
that. You know, if you like what we've got going here, do the old, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Um, and
Oh yeah, thank
you
you,
know,
Matt, as well.
and it's my pleasure, DJ. And you know, for those of you that'll be seeing this on replays and such, thank you for that. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 with the Wall Tyler Stevens. And in the meantime, be good to each other, love each other,
Oh yeah.
and keep throwing down.